Hello again and welcome. I am the connector, Tracy G, here to help you raise your vibration to a happier, healthier life. Today I'm going to talk about something that sounds counter intellectual, I guess. I don't know. It sounds like something a bad person would do, but actually it's not. It's why being a people pleaser is not good for anyone. Okay? I personally used to be a people pleaser, so I know what I'm talking about. And we're going to talk about 5 different reasons why, or maybe even 6, why being a people pleaser is not in your best interest or in the best interest of your friends or family. So let's start with number 1. It disconnects you to you, okay? If you are always thinking about others, but you're never, then you're probably not tuning into yourself and to what you need and what you want. If you're always thinking, oh, well, and that brings me to number 2, being a people pleaser is actually, it's a symptom of a low self-esteem. Now, I'm sorry I'm telling you this, but it's true, okay? Low self-esteem, because if you feel like you have to please people all the time, otherwise they're not going to like you, right? What does that do for your self-esteem? If you think that if you're yourself, you're not going to have any friends. And that's not the truth. You are actually having a little bit of victim mentality of being a people pleaser. I can't say what I really want because that'll hurt someone's feelings. I can't not do that because they're depending on me. You know, they're all victim mentality thoughts when you decide to just go with the flow. No, I don't want to hurt their feelings. No, they're my best friend. No, they depend on me. Or no, I don't want to make them mad. That's all victim mentality, okay? And that's not good for you. So you need to think about you. What do you want? What do you need? How is this going to help you? So you can still help people and you can still do things, but ask yourself, do I want to? Will this bring me fulfillment if I go and help at that thing? Or do I want to help that friend because it makes me happy to help that friend? Or my kids, you know, I'm going to help them because it makes me happy to help them. Okay, but that's another thing. If it comes to family members and children, don't be an enabler. They're my child. They come first. I'm going to do anything in my power to protect my child and to be there for my child. But if your child is a spoiled brat and has always gotten their way, you have enabled them into being a disrespectful, unresponsible human being, in which should have been your main priority, to make them a responsible, respectable person, in charge of their own feelings, in charge of their own life, taking responsibility for their actions and for what happens to them in this world. So, sorry to say this, but being nice and being a friend to your kids is not being a parent. You have to have rules, responsibilities. Don't just do everything for them. And this goes with friends too. I mean, if you're a younger person and you live in a house with a bunch of other girls or other guys, but you're in charge of doing everything because everybody else is a lazy sack of, that is not, you're an enabler. You're enabling them to be lazy and to have some really bad habits when they get out into the world on their own. Okay, and they might feel like they're on their own, especially if you're like in college and you have roommates that just, oh, it'll get done, or I'm just going to walk away for a little while and let everybody else take care of this. Grow up. Take responsibility for yourself. Take responsibility for what makes you happy, and quit being a people pleaser. The people that are living in that house with you, or if your children are supposed to have chores and you're not making them do it because you're a people pleaser, that doesn't help anybody. You need to have constructive, guidelines, and cause and effect. If you don't do this, this is going to happen. If you don't wash the dishes, well, guess what? You don't have clean dishes. That kind of stuff. So don't be Don't be a martyr. Don't be an enabler. And also, another thing that happens to people who are people pleasers is you attract parasitic relationships. So if you're not sure if you're a people pleaser, sit down and think of the top 5 people in your inner circle, okay? What do you do for them? What do they do for you? Is it a one-way street? Are you always giving? Or are you always taking? You could be the parasite, okay? That's another thing you might, and these are like, if you are watching this, I applaud you, because the universe thought you were ready to hear these things, okay? And you're ready to grow. You know, take responsibility for your life, then you can change it. You know, then you can do anything. It's when you have this victim mentality, or, oh, I can't because so-and-so. No, you are responsible for you. Nobody else. Everybody else, you need to trust people to be able to take care of their own emotional needs, and that they can handle the truth. That, no, I don't want to go to that thing. I'm tired. Or, no, I'm really busy. I'm not going to, you know, or, hey, I asked you to do this. Have you done it yet? You know, make people responsible for themselves. Okay. Now, yeah. And okay. So the next one that is really important as far as being a people pleaser, and the number one reason why you really should stop, is because you are stopping the people who are the closest to you from knowing you. You're keeping that information away from them, because you are always just doing what they want. You're not allowing them to know who you are. Do you even know who you are? You need to know that you are an important person. You have your own feelings, emotions. They don't always vibe with the people next to you. And honestly, if you do shift up in vibration and become more, have a higher self-esteem and, you know, love yourself, you might see some people falling away from you, and that is okay. It's kind of like a dog with fleas. The fleas might leave, but that will also open it up for you to have real friends that get you, that care what you think, that understand where you're coming from, that you don't have to have all these filters on all the time. I have some wonderful friends that I have no filters when I'm with them, but trust me, it takes a long time to find those people. And I guess one more thing that I did want to add too is, honestly, if you're a people pleaser and you never tell people what you're actually thinking, and you just say, oh, okay. I mean, they think you're the greatest person because, you know, you never say no. But then you turn around and talk to maybe that 1 or 2 other people in your life that you do trust, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe so-and-so asked me to do this again. You are more likely to be a two-faced person, because you cannot be honest with that person up front that you're talking to about what's going on. So you talk about it behind their back. That makes you two-faced, and you don't want to be one of those people. You know, it's an honest mistake, and we think everybody does it. No, they don't. I don't. I'll be honest with someone to their face if, hey, I'm sorry, I can't, you know. And if they don't like me, that's okay. I have a core group of people that understand me and love me for who I am, and some that are kind of stuck with me as far as family goes. But, you know, they always love how honest I am with them. That they always know where they stand with me, because I will say, I don't think I agree. It's okay to not agree. That's how people grow. If you're always just a like those bobbleheads, what are you giving to this universe? Wake up. You need to speak your truth. You need to quit being a follower and start being at least a stable stone in the stream, and not just flow along with whatever's going on. So quit being a people pleaser. That's what my main thing is today. And know that means that you are going to get to know yourself better. That you're not a horrible person because you won't do everything that every little parasite asks for. You deserve symbiotic relationships. Symbiotic means that they give to you, then you give to them. You know, they pay for dinner this time, you pay for dinner this time, they pay for dinner next time, or they pay for, you know, or you just can feel and see the energy flowing back and forth. You know, and you don't even have to keep track. I mean, I don't keep track on my friends. I just know, oh, they did, you know, I know when it's symbiotic, and you'll know. You don't have to be like, excuse me, I paid this last time, it's your turn to pay. No, you don't have to do that kind of stuff. It'll happen naturally if you just set your mind to the frequency of, I don't want parasites in my life. I don't want to be a people pleaser. I want to have a honest, loyal friendship with the people that are closest to me. And people deserve to know me for who I am and all my thoughts and all my errors and my misgivings, and, you know, and just be you. I am hoping, if anything, this wakes you up to realize that you are a wonderful, thoughtful, loving person, but you also deserve to be heard and respected. And you need to do that for yourself, because we teach people how to treat us. We teach people how to treat us. And if you don't like the way you're being treated, you need to figure out what you're doing to make them think it's okay. And we also need to make people responsible for what they tell us too. And don't be just a people pleaser and be like, oh, they didn't do it. Well, what did you say? Did you say, hey, you still owe me money? Or, hey, you said you were going to unload the dishwasher? Or, hey, you know, your stuff is still sitting out there. You know, are you going to pick that up? I mean, you need to make people more responsible. That's being a good friend and a family member too. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this video. I hope nobody's mad at me, but you know what? I don't care. So I hope you have a great day. I hope this helped you in some ways. And love yourself. Talk your truth. And I'll see you again some other time. This is Tracy G, The Connector.